But please go nuts and welcome to the stage, Ben Klingberg!
Hey all, how's everyone going tonight? Yeah. Oh, it's good to be back out, isn't it? It's good to sort of get a bit of stress relief. I mean, we've all been under, I think, a lot of pressure in the last few months, especially. I think a lot of us, like, especially in like the world of finance, I think a lot of us have taken a hit. You know, work's been hard, it's been hard to get work. A lot of us have had issues with our finances and our stocks and our portfolios and stuff. I mean, I know myself personally. I mean, I got a Village Cinemas gift card last Christmas. That thing's gone. Got like $50 left on that thing. That's like a small Coke. But no, seriously, I think it's important to be, you know, have events like this because we can sort of call attention to things that affect us personally and sort of tell our stories and bring everyone into sort of the world that we live in. Like, for example, myself is something I've been struggling with for many years is obsessive compulsive disorder. Now, of course, everyone knows the stereotypes, but not many people actually know what it's like to live inside the head of someone with OCD. So I think it's good to sort of paint a little bit of a picture for people so they get a good idea. Basically, OCD is kind of like having your brain always wondering if you left the oven on. Like when I'm about to start work in the morning, I think to myself, have I left the oven on? I get halfway to work, I think, did I leave the oven on? I'm just about to start my work day, just about to get in and start working, and my brain thinks, did you leave the oven on? At this point, I have a little bit of a sit down with my brain, and I kindly remind it that I don't have an oven. And then my brain says, are you sure you don't have an oven? No. And you know, this has been a lot more awkward since I've been working from home. Yeah, it's like, literally, it's like I'm 3 feet over there is the dining room table where I'm working, and there's the oven and kitchen without an oven, and I'm just like, are you sure? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have been in this boat. It's been really hard for me working from home. Like, I mean, the commute's a bit of a bitch. I mean, I tripped over a slipper in August. That was a tough month. But, I mean, it's not all bad. Like, I'm not completely climbing the walls. Like, I wasn't at the point yet where I was, you know, like talking to a volleyball or something and putting a face on it. I mean, let's be honest, do I look like someone who has sports equipment in my house? That's fine, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, it's, talking more about OCD, it's interesting how it affects you in your daily life. Like, for example, since COVID started, I've been seeing everybody doing the whole social distancing thing. You know, kind of all standing back 1.5 metres along their own little personal force fit bubbles, and it's been really sad for me because I look at these people and I just think, that's my thing, stop copying me. I was doing that before it was cool. You know, and it's, going to the supermarket's an absolute nightmare. Take a tape measure with me now. I see the little spots on the floor and has to go, 1.4 metres, very sloppy Woolworths, very sloppy. It's, don't get me started on Ushies. Yeah, it's, the OCD's kind of, the way it affects me in my daily life though is like, little problems crop up, weird problems. Like, a while ago I had a weird problem with multicoloured popcorn. I sorted it out. There we go. But yeah, it's been, I mean, I've spent most of my life living with OCD. Like, I was very young when I was diagnosed with it, and the psychiatrist that diagnosed me he sat me down. He said, Ben, it's going to be very hard for you to hear. And I know it's complicated. I know it's very hard for you to understand. But this is important. This is going to change your life. You've got obsessive compulsive disorder. And what that means is that sometimes you're going to be put in situations where you have uncontrollable urges to correct things and sort of order things. And you won't always know why that is something that matters to you, because it doesn't always make sense. And I looked at him and I said, your tie's crooked. I said, Ben, this is serious, please take this seriously. I'm trying to explain. I said, yeah, I know, but your tie's crooked. I got him to fix his bloody tie. I win. But it's it wasn't always easy growing up. Not for the reasons you'd think. The reason why it wasn't easy for me growing up with OCD was because my mum also had OCD. So she knew how to push all the right buttons. Like I remember one year I got this Knight Rider 2000 kit car toy for Christmas, and I love this thing. And it was absolutely awesome. It came with a Michael Knight action figure. Love this thing. Anyway, the day I got it, unfortunately for me, one of the doors broke off. But I'll be honest, that wasn't what bugged me. What bugged me was the door that was still on. The asymmetry was just blowing my mind. So I did the only rational thing. I snapped the other door off. I said to Mum and Dad, look, it's even. Mum went, right, just got you that for Christmas. You're going in timeout for 8.5 minutes. I said, Mum, please, can I go in timeout for 10 minutes? Or 5 or 15? No, 8.5. That's all right, I got mine back. I rotated a statue in the mantelpiece 45 degrees. Yeah, there you go. I won that round. But yeah, it's different when you're an adult, because the way it affects you is different. You just tend to fixate on really weird things, like fingerless gloves. Are they ever really fingerless if you're wearing them? Urinal cakes don't come from bakeries, and they don't have sprinkles. How are they cakes? Well, this is my personal bugbear. This one just irritates the crap out of me, and I'll leave you on this. But what irritates the crap out of me is that Kinder Surprises, right? Where's the surprise? Same thing every time, right? You open them up, there's a toy. There's no surprise. The paradigm remains consistent and static. I think a better way of being in the real world would be if sometimes the kid opens up the Kinder Surprise and there's no toy. I think that would be a bit of life lesson, especially, it would prepare us more for the real world. I think that's important. But beyond that, I just, let me paint a picture for you, right? So we're in a hypothetical scenario where, pre-COVID, where people can actually go out to the shops and do things. And little Timmy goes out with his dad, and he's just come home from his sports game, and Timmy says to his dad, oh, Dad, can I get a Kinder Surprise on the way home? And Timmy's dad says, yeah, sure, Timmy, you can have a Kinder Surprise, that's fine, you did really well today. So they go to the store, they get a surprise, they get a Kinder Surprise, they come home, Timmy suddenly runs into the lounge room, he breaks open and eats the chocolate, he unwraps the toy, he cracks open the little plastic shell, and inside, there's no toy. It's just one little thing. And Timmy just runs into his dad. His dad's just sitting on the couch, and Timmy's just bawling, and he says, Dad, I opened the Kinder Surprise, and there was no toy. All that was inside was a little note. And the little note said, sometimes life will shit on you. And Timmy was just inconsolable. He was crying, and his dad just took him up and hugged him, and he looked him in the eye and he said, "Timmy, the most important thing here, were you surprised?" You guys have been awesome. Thanks very much. Have a great night.